Hello everybody, it's Miss Minnie Lover again, and today we're going to be doing chocolate chip chunk cookies. And these are just, I know there's a lot of chocolate chip cookie tutorials out there, but this one is just a little different in that it's chocolate chunk instead, and I do a little bit of a different technique. But just use whatever tutorial that you like, just go ahead and go by that. Mix a little bit of translucent with some white and brown, and you'll get this tannish color. I think I rolled mine out on a number 6. I think I did. And then you can measure however way you want. You don't want them all to be the exact same size because chocolate chip cookies are not exactly the same size. The way I do it is I cut it with a little temper cutter, and then I just rip it. I don't worry about cutting it to make it even because I want it to be realistic. And then I roll it in my hand so that I have little balls. I'll do another one. And I'll just rip it, and then, actually I want a little bit more on this side. Okay, so I'll put this aside, and then all you have to do is use your finger and just press it down. Don't make it too thin, just make it look like a cookie. It doesn't need to be perfectly round. They won't look real if they're perfectly round, unless you want them to look like store-bought cookies or something like that, or cookie cutter cookies. So I've got those nice and flattened down. So I'm going to leave those there for now, and I'm going to tell you about how I made my chocolate chips. All I did was take some brown clay and rip it into pieces and bake it. I bake it ahead of time because when I look at a chocolate chip cookie, I can actually feel the chocolate chips sticking out on the top, so that's the only reason I did that. And once you've ripped it into little pieces, or you can have like a chunk, it doesn't matter. I pour it on the little table here. Here, let me move these up for you so you guys can see. So I have a bunch of little random chunks of brown clay. And then what I did was I took a blade, or you can use any kind of cutting device, and cut into just random sized chunks. I don't want you guys to worry about making them exactly the same size, because then they just don't look right. At least that's in my opinion. And then chop, 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 finely chop. I mean, you don't have to do it finely, just kind of make sure in Dollhouse size they're not putting a full candy bar in one cookie. Okay, so I've got enough little pieces there. So now that I've got my cookies ready and my chocolate chips ready, I want to add, with the back of a paintbrush, I want to add a hilly mountain range kind of texture on the top, because that's what I remember when I look at cookies. So you just kind of dab it back and forth, so it makes kind of a mountainy kind of texture. And what I'll do is I'll actually take a picture of this step right here so you can see what the little dabs look like, because I'm not sure that the camera's really picking up on this. And then if it goes a little bit weird, just kind of tuck it in. So it's got like that kind of mountain rangey kind of look. So what I'll do is I'll put one of these aside so I can show you guys what that step looks like. Once you've done that, again, use your finger again and just kind of pat it slightly, really quick, and then you're good with that. Now you want to take your pastel chalks. I take a little bit of the brownish yellow first and just lightly dab it, and then I take a little bit of the brown chalk and just lightly dab it. So so that it's not too dark. You don't want them to look like they're burnt. Take a little bit of the yellow, just kind of. You don't want it to look like there's a whole bunch of yellow on it. Just kind of brush it. See, not that yellow at all. And then take a little bit of brown. Very little. Even dab it on a edge somewhere so that it's not all that. And then you just get this nice brown color. And once you've done that, start putting chocolate chips in with your finger. Randomly place them. What? Just keep pressing little pieces in so that you get little chocolate chip cookies. Little chocolate chunks in your cookies. Press them in there. See, my cookies turned out just a little more yellow than I wanted to. So, I don't know, maybe you guys should scratch the yellow part. Sometimes it makes them just a little bit too yellow. And then you always want to place these chocolate chips randomly. That way it looks more authentic. It looks really good. And it's got a lot of texture to them too, so I'm going to go over with a little bit more. This brown here. And then you have little chocolate chunk cookies. Except mine are a little yellow. I don't know. Maybe scratch the yellow. I went a little overboard on mine. But you have little chocolate chunk cookies. Well, after my camera falls. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe. See you later.